What's up, everybody? It is I, Maik Wiedenbach, coming to you with a topic: why most people never get in shape. So you go to a gym, you see people going there for years. They look the same or worse, right? Why is that? It's not because they're lazy or because of genetics or they don't work hard. It's because they follow outdated information and they put the cart before the horse. What does that mean? So people start going to the gym, they get a coach, whatever, and what are they being told? Cut the calories, up the cardio, and work really, really hard. Do something, right? So, and for a while it works, and then they crash and burn, they get worse than before. Why? Because there's two main problems. There's nutrition, there's training. Cover nutrition first. Nutrition, the first thing you need to do is to optimize your nutrition for health. If you're not healthy, you're not making any gains. That means fix inflammation, fixing your macros, and just attain a stage of health. Secondly, you need to optimize your nutrition for recovery so you can perform optimally during the workout, okay? As opposed to like, yo bro, chicken, rice, broccoli, and egg whites and blueberries and oatmeal in the morning, or some other retarded form like that. That's not how it works. That will not work in the long term. So that's nutrition. Then there's training. The main issue with training in the fitness world is that there's no skill acquisition. Any other sport, let's say you buy a pair of skis. You don't go to like Gleished or Kitzbühel and go down the World Cup slope. You break every single bone in your body. Or you go to a dojo and you say, whoa, I want a black belt. They would say, well, here's a white one. If you do really, really well, in 20 years, 10 years, whatever, we get you a black one. In the fitness world, as people join a gym and they're like, I'm good to go, bro. But they don't have the skills to train. So in the best case scenario, they waste their time. In the worst case scenario, they get injured. What do I mean by this? Before starting training, you need to have some basic understanding of anatomy and think about what muscle do I want to train, as opposed to, I should do exercise, I should do CrossFit, I should do Tabata, I should do this. It's like, what are you trying to do? You want to train, let's say your pecs. Okay, you got to do some of this, some of that, some of this, right? As opposed to, yo, there's a big guy, he's doing X, I should do X. That's not how things work. So Arnold, for whatever it's worth, he took anatomy classes and ballet lessons for body awareness. Made him a pretty good bodybuilder, I'd say, I know. So if you don't know what the muscles are doing, you will not succeed. You need to figure out what does the muscle feel when it's shortened, like your tris, your biceps, medial delt, whatever, right? So if you can't do that, you'll not be successful. Then there is stability. You need to be stable within the exercise that you only work that particular muscle. Then there's mobility. Can I do an overhead press? Or am I actually leaning back like this? And then you'll be better off, I know, using dumbbells, being seated with a slight lean. And then there's tension. You must create tension all through, otherwise the ligaments and the joints work. And that is the main issue. Most people go to the gym, they do stuff. They're using their ligaments and their joints and a little bit of tendons and not the muscle. That's why they never grow. That's why they look like a bag of water, all watery, high cortisol, and nothing to show for. So, to reiterate, come to the gym, acknowledge you're on the bunny slope, you're the white belt. You have to fix nutrition for health, as opposed to what's the latest cutting diet for men's health or whatever. Get healthy. Recover from your workouts. You know, what kind of carbs do you need? How many carbs? And so on and so forth. Training. Just admit, I don't know what my hamstrings feel like. To learn to contract them. The better you can do this, the more stable you are, the better your mobility, the higher your tension, the more you will grow. And the less you will have to train. Because as opposed to doing 100 sets, out of which 97 are shit, you might be doing only 18, but those 18 are good and you will make progress. So take a tiny step back, take 4 to 5 weeks to relearn, and set yourself up for decades of gains. My goal.